Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Appletown, a new beginning. I get to thinking the new beginning part, the new part, well, new beginning. Maybe it just doesn't quite fit any longer. Well, anyway, let's turn off the radio. Or let's switch over to City Skylines radio. I don't know why that always goes to Mars every single day. Well, we have got some stuff to do. Just a little bit of housekeeping from our last episode. High school availability, we've got about 400 capacity there, but we're running shy on elementary, and we're doing okay on university. So I'm going to plop a elementary, my dear Watson, school down here for the masses around here. Now, what are we going to do right now? Right now, I really like the idea of a frontage road running the length of all highways. These feeder lanes maybe they're called feeder roads too, but if you travel out in Texas, they have a lot of them out there. In various towns, cities I've been in, they have them, and they really serve well. Now, some of them in Midland, Texas, they are really bizarre two-way roads that have developments next to them, and then they have these weird exit points where if you're going straight on the road the opposite direction from the interstate, let's say you're on the south side of the interstate heads westbound, but you're going east on this frontage road, and then they have one on each side of the road. Well, anyway, at the exit points, it's a weird yield type situation where if you're getting off the highway, you have right of way, of course, but it can be very intimidating when you're not used to it. So I didn't want to do those. Not that I have to tell you what I am not going to do, but I wanted to do a frontage road, and this is for future-proofing this. This traffic isn't too bad. We dropped, let's see what our traffic flow is, 80%. So we were at 84 at the beginning of last episode. So we've dropped down a bit, but for future development, notice that I started this whole development over here, and I'm going to go ahead and let the simulation run in slow motion. I like to run it when I have built some things to deal with demand, and I have not built anything for industrial in a while, and I don't have anything for commercial. So we're going to go ahead and run in pause mode for just a little bit here while I do this little project. All right. So what you do with an access road like this is it enables you to come on and off the highway and not bog down the highway a whole lot when you're doing that. So that's the whole idea of it. And sorry if I'm being very obvious to people who know what they're doing. So what you can do, see, is you can just randomly, you can assign another entrance point. All right? And then what that does is alleviate this side traffic that we're going to generate when we create our different areas here. Now, something that hasn't been as big of a deal lately, the cargo, let's see, our imports are way down, but we have 46,000 people, so, and our exports, oh my gosh, our exports have fallen through the floor. That is just crazy, crazy, crazy. Wow. I mean, we were up at 5,000 something. This is nuts. All right, well, we're obviously not producing as much. And our industrial areas aren't empty or anything, are they? I don't think they are. Well, anyway, I have noticed some deficiencies in my zoning there. That'll fill in a little bit of the. Yeah, let's see where we're at with this guy. I thought he was pretty close. Oh, he is not emptying. That is terrible. What's our capacity look like? We're kind of doing a housekeeping episode, as it turns out here, and we can get rid of this guy now. And here's another thing that I kind of wanted to do. At some point here was expand this, not a lot, but a little bit, and get a little bit more in the way of industrial over here. Now, of course, that will offer some expansion. I can move this incineration plant to over here. That'll be a little bit more consistent. All right, the other item I had on my list for today, I wanted to build a public library. Now, if you go out on the workshop, this public library is coming up. It was being featured a few weeks ago, and mid 2017. Excuse me, mid 2018, April 2018, I would say. Anyway, we've got a school here. We've got a mall there. And we've got this stuff going on down here, so I guess we can go ahead and put it in the circle here. That'll be good. All right, so that library counts as a high school, I think. Capacity will go up on the high school level. And we need another elementary here pretty soon. Okay. I think I'll start with just a little bit of a couple of trees and a couple of oak trees to go on with it. And this will be the library complex, and we won't have any building. I don't think I have anything zoned there. Have a couple of huge pine trees, or whatever those are. Okay, the next thing on my list for our development. We haven't really done too much over here, but I mentioned earlier on that I wanted to do another forestry district here. That is forestry, and okay, so that's the tree farm. Okay, so we got Street Farm, which is going to be a supplement to the Washington District Farm. And you can see that we've got some things developing there. Now we need to take care of some of our commercial district and see if we can get it developing. And something that, this is pretty nice flat land. We haven't done a whole lot with this area. And I have an area to buy. I don't know what the next, let's see what the next threshold is. 65,000, we get an airport then, and we get another area. So that is good. And looking at, I can't even select the darned airport, but this is a nice flat area. This would be nice for the airport. That would be nice for the airport too. But that would not probably be big enough in that space there. So now this is kind of interesting. I'm puzzled just ever so slightly. I guess these guys coming off of here, instead of traveling down the highway, they're traveling down the frontage road instead. And I guess it's faster. But what's interesting is there's a lot of these trucks. I don't know why. Something I never ever even noticed is that I don't give trucks. This is crazy. This is the type of stuff that just perplexes my mind that I can't get this right. I never gave a way for trucks to get back to this area after. And they can't flip back around. That would be one way to do it, is just have a loop so they could come back to go here. But crazy stuff like that I find amazing that it takes me that long to figure that out. Now, maybe some of you play and you are better at this than I am. And I don't think there's a better. It's just maybe you're a little, just slightly more aware than I am. Okay, so now what we have is a way for trucks that have dropped off goods at the cargo center or the cargo terminal. They can come back to the farm area. It's just kind of a funny thing that you don't see that until you put in another road and you see what this circuitous route is. I think I've accomplished what I wanted to. I think we're going to look at the ore deposit for the first time, produce our own ore. And we are going to do a little modification here to the frontage road. And the frontage road is going to come up here. And I'm not going to build a big bridge. Okay, now they can get direct access to this road. We're going to go ahead and give them access to that exit. All right, so that is some good progress on getting our tree farm, our new street farm, as we're calling it, going. And you can see that we are producing some trees here. Let's go ahead and slow that down just a little bit. I have not accomplished getting the commercial developed, and I got a little distracted. And that will do it for getting some of that demand met in the commercial zone. Now, all of this helps in if you keep your development going. Generally speaking, if you're meeting the needs. Now, like I said, we have not enough goods to sell right here. All right, not enough goods to sell. That means that you've got something lacking in your industrial area, or you don't have adequate transportation to this area. Now, this area is a little isolated, but maybe this back up here, which we haven't really dealt with, maybe that's causing some of these goods not to be able to be delivered. All right, so those are things to think about. And that'll be a wrap on episode 8, part 1. Stay tuned for more episodes, and hey, thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and we'll be seeing you soon.